Hello everyone, welcome back to another beginner's question. You might think, because that is how you capture a free piece, with check. But the real problem is if white has anything here, because if you can think of something that doesn't make white lose, the answer to the first question would be it doesn't matter. Here white is up 2 pieces and a rook for a queen, but is down many pawns including an exposing king. Looking for checks, none makes sense, and for threats there is only knight to c5. The problem is that black can move the queen to e1 in a couple of moves, by promoting the e-pawn, and there will be at least a perpetual check for black, if not more, which there is. It seems that we must prove that white can draw in this variation in order to show that the answer to the opening question is true, but as Bent Larsen once said, long analysis wrong analysis. Going back to after king to d6, maybe we are wrong that there aren't any checks. Since white has a rook, and you know that a rook can easily check a king, by shifting our rook below 1 step, we can actually create a check, which turns out to be a brilliant move that also works against king to b6. Let's first take a look at king takes rook. White can play b5 check, and out of the 3 squares the king can move to, 2 will result in losing the queen to a fork. King back to d6 is the last option, and it does seem like white has nothing left as the only remaining check. Bishop to c7, forces king to d5, but white's bishop ironically blocks the c7 square, preventing the fork knight to c7. Fortunately, this is just an illusion, because after bishop to f4, look who is in trouble. Black's king cannot move, and the queen only has 2 safe squares to escape from e6. b6 can be met by knight to c7 and bishop takes c3 with a winning skewer, which is the reason why bishop to h2 doesn't work, and queen to f6 allows the same sequence. This time after the forced king to b4 comes knight to d5 check, finally capturing the queen on f6 after the king displayed a nimble effort to avoid getting forked, but the power of 2 pieces is just too strong in studies. As a final note, if black takes the rook with the d-pawn, bishop c7 check comes like always, and the new resource king to d7 still loses the queen. In the end, white's past pawns separated by 6 files will make their win boring and simple. King to d5 would be met by bishop to f4, and the new position of the pawns means that queen to f6 is just met by knight to c7 checkmate. What a fitting end to the enemy king. If you want to see more brilliant chess studies like this, be sure to like and subscribe for more, and I will see you all in my next video. Goodbye.